Would it be a turnoff if a guy asked you for permission before going for the kiss?
No, it's not a turn off.
If he asked for permission.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Like a guy, I'm not, like it's, okay. You want,
He's
you
like,
want,
absolutely.
Yeah.
like, is it a turnoff if a guy asks you for permission
Yes.
before going for the first kiss?
Yes. I mean, in like a day, like from my, like on a porn set, everything is consensual, everything is verbalized, yes. But in my regular life, I don't want a guy to be like, can I kiss you? Like, no, just like fucking do it. I don't know. Yeah.
Would that just forever change your perception of him?
I would
Would you just instantly get the ick forever?
Yeah, I would think he was a bit of a pussy. Like, just do it.
All right, so it's
Just
Brad Pitt, and he's like, "Can I kiss you?"
Yeah, it's a little beta.
I'm not super into Brad Pitt, but
Leonardo DiCaprio.
What the?
Who? Like,
Jason.
it doesn't matter.
name
But
an
no,
ultimate
I
Giga Chad.
either way, it would just I would just be like, yeah, like,
Just do it
Okay,
already.
just fucking kiss me then. Like,
Here, let's go around the table though. Would it be a turnoff, one by one? Would it be a turnoff
Not
if?
entirely.
No, because coming from a female perspective, sometimes we might give body language. You know, might give different signs to the guy.
Okay.
So I think it's a sign of respect to ask the woman if they could kiss them.
It wouldn't be a turnoff for you.
I don't think so. Not for me.
What would
Or,
you
I
prefer
mean,
though? Would you prefer a guy? Let's assume you obviously want him
What
to
do you want,
kiss you,
Brian?
right?
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I
Would you
show-
prefer
I
a guy
would
to just
show-
go for it, or
I
do
would,
you want a
I
guy
would
to
let
be
him
like,
show that I'm interested and maybe lean in more if he's 50-50 in it.
50-50?
Like
Huh?
if you're leaning halfway to kiss the person. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
50-50.
What? Shania, what about you?
Hitch.
I've kind of answered this before. I had someone say, I want to kiss you. And so it kind of is also saying like, hey, I want this. Do you want this? But without saying it, if that makes sense.
And you liked that? That was good.
Okay. Gabby, what about you?
I don't know if it's a turn off, but I would rather someone just like take the hints that I want to kiss them versus just ask.
Okay, what about you?
No, it's not a turn off.
Not a turn off?
I mean, I don't want him to keep asking me every single time, like after, but I understand that sometimes like body language may not be read correctly, but I also understand that maybe it's his background. Maybe that's how he was raised. But if a guy has to ask you and he doesn't, I think you should know by that time.
It's
But
just it's a vibe. You
but
just gotta
it's
feel
all
out
about
the
exactly.
vibe.
So exactly, it's all about the energy and the vibe that you put out. You actually know right away when somebody wants to sleep. with you.
100%.
So
Yeah, I think it's more like a
We don't have the
buzzkill. It's like a
bullshit
buzzkill.
yeah.
I'm not sure if I'd be like, ew, you're gross, I have the ick, but I'd be like, okay, the moment was like kind of building, and then it's just like, wah, wah.
yeah.
Okay, sure. So perhaps a better question is not, is it a turn off, but would you prefer
No.
a guy just
I
going
want-
for the kiss
push me up against
over?
the
Yeah.
Just
But it's so fun. Like we can't. See, this is where guys.
Maybe not by my neck.
Just
the first time.
force choke.
just use the force.
Yeah.
This is where guys are put in this position of they hear this stuff on social media. They hear this shit about consent in The Little Mermaid, kiss the girl. Like
No, guys are
men are in
screwed.
a fucked position.
Yes,
like
they are.
100%.
it's either consent is super important, but also you hear from women out of their own mouth. It is a turnoff if you ask for consent.
Bro, all right.
It's
let me
so dumb.
let me
Not
just solve this
ask
for all
for
the guys out there.
consent,
Let me
but-
let me solve this for all the guys out there because you're right. A lot of guys are in an awkward position. Here's the thing, bros. If you're talking to a girl and she's a leftist and she's a feminist and you are
Run.
not getting hardcore indicators of interest, like her eyes are opening towards you, she's like
Right.
has very receptive body language. If you make a move on a woman like that in a situation like that and she's leftist, feminist, so on and so forth, it's like a coin toss. There's like a 50% chance
That you have your life ruined.
Yeah, that you're going to jail.
Yeah. But if you're with a chick that's like cool and like isn't like SJW, like feminist, all this kind of stuff, super wound up
Yeah.
tight, all that kind of stuff, if you're with a chick that's cool and you're reading her body language and you go for
You'll
it, like
know.
it's a vibe, man.
But-
like you can tell when a woman is interested
know.
in you if you know
Yeah.
what to look for.
But a lot of guys are going to want to err. Me personally, I would rather err on the side of caution than potentially.
Fortune favors the bold.
That's true.
Yeah, but women ought to recognize the climate that men are in and be like somewhat accommodating to the fact that men are not trying to get falsely accused
Yeah.
of something. So I think women ought to give men a little
No.
leeway.
It's
If
fair.
I
think-
go on a
I
date
think-
with a woman, if I go on a date with a man, listen, I already like you. I dig you. I am putting myself out there, and I want you to kiss me. Like, and of course, you know, once you start conversation and you start vibing with that person, if you end up not liking, you will know. You will know. But if I'm going to put myself out there, I do want you to make whatever move you feel like, you know, you should make at that time.
That's fair, but I mean, I would also say that that some women can be talked into thinking that they were, you know, there's always there's a regret component to it. We won't go too far down into that, but we're going to move on with some of these